Welcome to Medical Minutes here on Time Warner Cable DMG TV2. I'm Jennifer Clark. On this edition, we talk about health and fitness and eating right. We'll start with Women, Infants, and Children's Program at the Tuscarawas County Health Department. The director, Margaret Weber, will be our guest. Then we go through the Farmers Market at the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds. Tuscarawas Valley Family Farm Market Director Mark McKenzie tells us how to choose the right foods. Then we'll meet a personal trainer at the Tuscarawas County YMCA, Jason Ike, and he tells us how to complete that package, all on Medical Minutes.
Myers & Miller Podiatry provides complete foot and ankle care to patients of all ages. The practice was established in 2000 by Dr. Adam Myers and has grown to include Dr. Andy Miller in 2007 and most recently Dr. Jason Backage in 2010. Our core values of respect and honesty are the basis for how we manage our practice, and we have grown by building relationships with our patients in order to better serve their needs. Myers & Miller Podiatry serves Tuscarawas and Holmes County with offices in Dover, Sugar Creek, New Comerstown, and Millersburg. Let's get started building our relationship.
Hi, I'm Elaine Miller with Naturally Green Cleaning Service. My company serves both commercial and residential clients. We do general cleaning, spring and fall, empty homes to get them move-in ready, and final cleans for new construction. We use eco-friendly cleaning products that leave your home or office fresh, clean, and safe for you, your family, pets, or coworkers. Our focus at Naturally Green is to provide excellent customer service paired with outstanding work to build a relationship of trust with you, our clients. Having served the area 4+ years, we have had many referrals and testimonials that you can access on our website at www.naturallygreencs.com. Our work sells itself, therefore we have never had any contracts even with our largest commercial accounts. Call us today for your free quote and see what makes our company stand out.
Hello, welcome to Medical Minutes here on Time Warner Cable DMG TV2. This edition is going to focus on being healthy, eating healthy. And of course, we're going to start here at the Tuscarawas County Health Department with the Women, Infants, and Children's Director, Margaret Weber. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Happy to be with you.
Now, explain what is Women's, Infants, and Children's? What's this program?
This is a federally funded program, and the main goal is to provide nutritious food supplements and nutrition education, as well as breastfeeding support to women who are pregnant or who have just had a baby or who are breastfeeding, their infants, and children up to the age of 5.
Okay, when you say supplements, I'm thinking, vitamins that you take, a pill. What is that?
Yeah. We provide foods, milk, juice, eggs, iron-fortified breakfast cereal, whole grains like oatmeal, brown rice, or tortillas, fruits and vegetables. They can be canned, frozen, or fresh. I'm kind of lost on my list here now.
Well, how do you provide that?
Peanut butter.
And peanut butter. Now, that's what I think of. When I think of women, infants, and children, when I think of WIC, I do. I think of peanut butter and cheese. And how do you provide that? They just go to the grocery store and just buy it?
We provide them with vouchers that have the foods listed on them, and they take them to our authorized vendors in Tuscarawas County and can shop for these foods at the stores.
And sometimes the stores will have a little sticker on there that'll say WIC approved.
That's right. They can do that. They don't have to, but a lot of them do it to make it a little bit easier for shopping because the products are very specific as to the brands and the ounces of certain products that you can buy. So it makes it easier to identify what's authorized for the WIC program.
Now, how is this different from the general food stamp program?
I'm by no means an expert on the food stamp program, but with the food stamps, they can purchase food items. And with the WIC vouchers, it's very specific foods that are authorized to be purchased.
And can you have both? Can you be on the food stamp program through the Job and Family Services Office as well as be on the WIC program through the Health Department?
If you're income eligible, you can participate in both programs.
What are the income guidelines?
For our program, for a family of four, you can have a yearly income of a yearly income of $44,123, and that breaks down to $3,677 a month, and we go by the gross income before taxes.
And how many people are on the WIC program locally?
In Tuscarawas County, we have about 1,800 participants.
That's a lot of people to provide food for, and they shop for this, and then they make sure that they're eating healthy and that their kids are eating healthy. Do you think that that's a lot of people?
Yeah, that is. It's a nice service that they can participate in.
And why is it so important to eat healthy as young children?
Well, health starts at the day you are born. If you get a good start to a healthy life, then hopefully it prevents other issues from becoming problems, as you get older. And habits start young. So if you start early learning to eat like fruits and vegetables, then you don't have to try to learn how to do that when you're older.
And I find when I'm shopping for the fresh foods, they seem to be more expensive than the prepackaged stuff.
Oh, I think that varies if it's in season or not in season. So it just depends.
And what do the 1,800 people on WIC tell you? They love the program?
They do. I think it really benefits them a lot, and it frees up their monies that they use for groceries. A participant might receive around $50 worth of vouchers for the month, so that frees up another $50 that they can turn around and spend on other groceries that they need. Because
Like diapers.
well, I was thinking more like, since it's a supplemental program, it doesn't provide everything that you need. Like you noticed I didn't mention meat. So then you could turn around and use those monies to purchase other foods you need in the diet, like maybe meat.
And the vouchers, are they paper vouchers?
They are paper vouchers.
So you don't want to lose them.
And, oh no, it's like cash. If you lose it, it's lost. Now we're excited for next year because we're going to be going through a big transition. This is going to be the WIC nutrition card, and we're going to be providing electronic benefits instead of the paper voucher. So the benefits will be loaded on the card, and then to shop you would be swiping a card, and it'll make it much faster, and you save money basically too for the program.
You have to remember how much money's on the card.
Well, there will be a way to do that. You'll get a little receipt when you shop, so that you'll be reminded of what's still left for you.
What an important program to have for women, infants, and children so that they are eating healthy right from the get-go.
Yes, it is. It's been around since 1974. So this year actually is our 40th anniversary. So we were really excited, and it's been successful for so many years and benefited many, many families in the whole country, not just Tuscarawas County.
So if we have any questions about the Women, Infants, and Children's program, they can just call you here.
Absolutely. The number's 330-343-5555. And we do have a Facebook page. You can like us at Tuscarawas County WIC program.
Fantastic. Margaret Weber, she's the director of the Women, Infants, and Children's program here at the Tuscarawas County Health Department. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
A nursing home or your own home, it's good to be home. So call Ember Complete Care for all your home health needs. When you're recovering from illness or injury, our compassionate staff promotes healing in the most comfortable environment of all, your own home. For skilled nursing, physical therapy, wound care, and more. Locally owned and operated, Ember Complete Care has been servicing all of Tuscarawas and Coshocton County since 1986, with a yearly average of $75,000 donated back into the community. Call 1-800-462-0909. Ember Complete Care. It's good to be home.
Hello, welcome to Medical Minutes here on Time Warner Cable DMG TV2. This edition, we're going to be talking about healthy lifestyles so we can combat obesity throughout the Tuscarawas County area. And with me right now is Mark McKenzie. He is the chair of the Tuscarawas Valley Family Farm Market. We are here at the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds on the very last day of the farmers market here, right?
And it's a beautiful one at that.
It sure is. Tell me about this farmers market. How did this all get started?
It started 6 years ago, and I actually was born through the Leadership Tusk class of 2008. Myself, John Cronenball, and Valerie Yoder were in that class, and the market was put on the table as a possible project for that class to take on. It was voted down as being a little bit too ambitious. But that being said, when that class finished, the three of us said, you know what if we do some research and see what we can do to bring a market to our community? And so that's how it was born.
Now, who are the vendors here? Are they all backyard gardeners?
No, they are not. The people that are here, this is a main focus of their income. And if it's not the main focus of their income, it is definitely a strong supplement to their income. And the definition of local for this market is a 50-mile radius of Dover and New Philly. So we draw vendors from that radius. We go as far north as Summit County. We go as far south as Guernsey County.
And what do they bring? Because I see tomatoes and turnips and all kinds of great stuff.
Anything that can be grown in Northeast Ohio is what you'll find available here, which a full range of fruits and vegetables. I mean, this time of year you have your broccolis, your cauliflowers, your Brussels sprouts, all the cold weather things, cabbages, pumpkins, squash. We still have sweet corn. I was surprised when I came today. There's bushels of sweet corn down with Weaver's Truck Patch. I didn't realize we would still have that. There are still plenty of tomatoes, beans, eggplant. You name it, you can probably find anything here that you would typically find in Northeast Ohio this time of year.
And who shops here?
The full socioeconomic spectrum of Dover, New Philadelphia, and Tuscarawas County. That's who shops here. We serve all populations. The Latin community has strongly supported this market in this past year. We're seeing more of our Latin community come through this market. We serve the individuals that use the WIC program. We serve the individuals that use the Ohio Direction Card. We also have an ATM service here, so that if you want to come and get cash to shop at the market, you can do that. We can process your credit card for you.
And besides all the locally grown produce, there's other things for sale here too.
Indeed, we have bakers of all colors and all persuasions, meaning you can get from fry pies to brownies.
Now that doesn't sound very healthy, but it does sound good.
It is not healthy necessarily, but it is good.
In moderation, I'm sure it's fine.
Everything in moderation. So we try to basically support anyone who locally wants to, a mom and pop operation that wants to try to get get something off the ground here. So if it is a small baker, we have an artisan bread baker here, Flat Top Bakery. They're a small family-owned business, and they have great, excellent bread products here.
Now the farmers market here at the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds, it's not year-round. What are the days?
This is the last market day for this season, and it starts the first Wednesday in June of every year, and it ends the second week of October every year.
And what do you do when the market's not here? How do you find this stuff?
If you want to do, we have two of our vendors offer a CSA, which means community supported agriculture. And what you can do is you invest with them at the beginning of the season typically, and each week you can get a peck to half a peck or a bushel depending on what your investment is. and you come here, pick it up, and take it home with you. A lot of that carries on after the season ends here. So if you're a member of a CSA, you can get product actually all the way through the winter, because you can get eggs, you can get meat, you can get some dairy, you can get chicken. And so if you're a CSA member, you may not get vegetables all year round, but you'll get other products that particular vendor offers.
So this sounds you have to plan in advance. That I need to know what I'm looking for. Do I need green beans today? Do I need red potatoes? Do I have to plan all this out, or can I just come and browse around and figure it out?
You can come and browse around, but the one thing I'll say about the market, it's not convenient. I'm going to just be right up front about it. You have to be more thoughtful about your shopping, because we're here once a week, and on Wednesdays from 3 to 7. You have to think about that a little differently. You can't just decide sitting on your couch at 6 o'clock in the evening, oh, I'm out of potatoes, and run and get them from the market. It doesn't work that way. So there is an element of planning that has to take place in order for you to take advantage of what we have locally available for us in the way of fruits, vegetables, baked goods.
Which leads to changing your lifestyle.
It does. I mean, you have to think about your food differently. It's not convenient. It requires a different way of shopping and a different way of thinking about how you bring food into your home, especially if you want to take advantage of what's grown locally. There's a difference. It's healthier, it's more nutritious, it's fresher, it's vine ripened. Everything is picked, out of the field. Most of the product you see here today, if it wasn't picked this morning, was probably picked yesterday. And so it doesn't get any fresher. Its shelf life is longer without using any preservatives. And so you're getting a product that is superior to what you can get in other areas.
And is it pricey?
It depends on what you call pricey. If you're just using price as a comparison and that only, and not looking at quality.
Like when I go to the grocery, is it as expensive as a grocery?
In some cases, it's as expensive. In some cases, it can be a little bit more expensive. Like a whole chicken here will probably be about twice as much as you would pay in a grocery. Okay.
But
again, it's probably a free-range chicken. It's not given hormones, antibiotics, okay, and it is processed by a licensed facility within our community. So again, you're keeping those food dollars within our community when you make that purchase.
And how much do you work with the group Healthy Tusk?
The Farmers Market has a board seat with that organization, and we also are on their executive committee. And so we work very closely with them. Actually, our cooking demo is sponsored by the Farmers Market and Healthy Tusk. And what we ask the local chefs and cooks who are willing to do this is to prepare something that has a health component to it and source whatever it is that they're preparing through the market.
So you can watch them prepare food and learn how to change how you do things.
Change how you do things, and actually you're using the very products in this demo that you can go out and source yourself.
So there's a lot to see and a lot to learn here, but you can take home really good food.
That's the whole idea, is you can take home really good food, healthy food, again, flavorful food, and food that has more nutrition in it because it's not sitting on a shelf for a long period of time. The food product has been able to fully develop in the field, not artificially ripened like a lot of things that are shipped 1,500 miles away. It also allows the farmer to use different food varieties. So when they plant a tomato, they can use tomato varieties that may be more perishable if they were being shipped long distance, but because they're not, you can buy an heirloom tomato here that is just packed full of nutrients and a lot more flavor than a hothouse tomato.
And what about the future of the farmers market? You're looking at maybe a building somewhere else?
When we started the market, we thought our hope was that in 10 years, if the market really was doing well, that we could create an all-weather facility so that weather wouldn't be a deterrent to people actually supporting the market. It would make it easier for the vendors. We've had several rainstorms here, and it gets a little ugly when that happens. So it would make it easier on the consumer, the customer, as well as the vendor, as well as us, the management team, because we're constantly going around the market and making sure things are functioning properly. We troubleshoot. I mean, if someone has an issue, a problem, we're there to resolve it.
So when do you think you'll get started? Probably fundraising and planning this all out?
Right now we have an artist, basically a conceptual drawing of the future market facility. And what we want to do right now is we want to use that as a talking point. to see what kind of interest there is in the community for a facility of that nature, because we don't want to put something there that the community does not want. This whole market is about the community. It's about the people that grow food in our community. It's about people who want to buy from those growers within our community. So if a facility like that is seen as having value, then we will move forward with that project. If there's not much interest in the support of something like that, then we'll continue to run the market as we do now.
Well, it looks very popular even on the last day of the season. There's plenty of people shopping here right at the get-go.
Well, I mean, people have found after 6 years of having a market that they can count on product being here for the 4 hours that the market is open. So you don't have to be here right at 3 o'clock. If you come at 6:30, 7 o'clock, there's still going to be plenty of product for you to fulfill your shopping needs. So the trust in that is been a big thing. And in this whole market, the baseline of this market is trust. You know, this is a producers only market, meaning that the vendors that are here have to be the author of the products they represent. They can't buy from somebody else and then resell it at this market. It has to come from them and through them. And so we want integrity to be brought into the food chain, into our food system, into our local food system, and that's why it's a producers only market.
All right, very good. Mark McKenzie, the board chair of the Tuscarawas Valley Family Farm Market here at the Tuscarawas County Fairgrounds. On the last day of the season, they will be back in June. For Medical Minutes, I'm Jennifer Clark.
Hi, I'm 1450 WJER's Bill Morgan, inviting you to join me on television Wednesday evenings at 7 and Friday afternoons at 5 for TV2 Sports Talk. Sports Talk is your weekly look inside high school football, volleyball, soccer, and more. Look for guest appearances from your favorite area coaches and players. TV2 Sports Talk, Wednesday evenings at 7 and Friday afternoons at 5 on DMG Channel 2 on Time Warner Cable.
Welcome back to Medical Minutes here on Time Warner Cable DMG TV2. This segment, we are at the Tuscarawas County YMCA with personal trainer Jason Ike. Now, Jason, tell us a little bit about what you do as a personal trainer.
Well, on a daily basis, I see as many as sometimes 6, sometimes 14 people a day. Kind of depends. And what we do is we try to design a exercise program that's progressive, that meets the client's goals and tries to get them where they want to be physically and in general health.
And when I think personal trainer, I think you're doing all the work and you just tell me what to do. Is that how it works?
No, unfortunately, that is not how it is. We put the program in place. We try to make sure that we educate you as much as possible. So not only you can achieve results in our session, the session you have that personal trainer, but you can also achieve results on your own. So when you're because you can't do, if you're just thinking about it one time a week, you're just not going to get those goals. It's just not going to happen. So you have to get those at least, I'd say 2 to 4 strength training sessions a week. So if you can get that on your own, and of course it's very intimidating at first. Everybody's just like, wow, there's all these mirrors and there's all these fit people and everybody. So what do we do? What do we do? So it's our job to get you comfortable, get you educated, like I said, and make you feel like you can go in there and achieve those goals.
Now, the education portion is probably the hardest part.
It is.
So what are the different levels, different types of information that you need to pass along to clients? First off, good nutrition?
Sure, absolutely. Nutrition's a good 60% of it. You can't out-train a bad diet. You can have the best personal trainer on the planet. They can be, putting you through the ringer every day of the week, but if your diet is not where it needs to be, you're going to leave results on the table.
So if I exercise off, the piece of cheesecake I just had, that doesn't work?
It doesn't. It doesn't. You can't, and it's like one bad meal's not going to get you, where you don't want to be, just like one good meal's not going to. It's just a lifestyle change. So you definitely got to have all those aspects in line to get where you want to be, to have the best presentation of yourself that, you can get.
And what age group are your clients? Because, we've been talking at the health department with the women, infants, children's, and, you want to start before they're born, giving them good nutrition. So,
Sure.
So when do we need a personal trainer?
Well, I would say a personal trainer would be in order if you don't really know where you don't know where to base that program on. But I have clients as young as 8 and as old as 72. So.
And what do you tell an 8-year-old?
Stick with the good nutrition. Try to make it as fun as you can for them. Try to make it based around most of the calisthenics. So you don't want to really do a lot of like heavy weightlifting with a child because they're just developing. But make it as fun as they can. Try to make it a little bit more sport oriented, and then they usually go with it pretty well.
And when I think of personal trainer, I also think of drill sergeant. How hard are you on your clients?
I am not a drill sergeant. I know trainers that are, and some people respond to that. I don't do that. That's not my thing. I'm a teaching trainer. I try to get everyone as educated as possible so that, once again, so they're comfortable, so they can do that stuff on their own. They can make that lifestyle change, and they're not just dependent on me. There's some trainers in the industry that feel that if we teach, then we don't have our use anymore. We just kind of teach ourselves out of a job. I don't feel that way. I feel that if I provide you with the education, you continue to use me as a resource. So and it's worked out pretty well for me.
Now, we need you more than once a week?
Depends. It's kind of a case-by-case basis. Some people, if they're high-end athletes, bodybuilders, marathon runners, stuff like that, you could probably get away with doing once a week. Some people I meet once a month, but other people I meet 4 times a week.
And what is a realistic goal? You hear that, oh, well, I want to lose 100 pounds. What's a realistic goal?
That's a really good question. I try to steer people away from the numbers game. I try to make sure that you're not looking at the scale. Because you can be, there's one young lady that could be 150 pounds. She's athletic, she's strong, she's muscular. That same person, or you could have that same body weight, same number on the scale. If they're a little bit shorter, not having the muscularity, they're going to be maybe in the obese category. So you can't really look at it as a numbers game. I try to make it and tell my clients that think of the goal as little steps first. Try to make it so I want to do a pull-up, or I can do 10 push-ups, or I can run that 5K, or I can bench press my body weight. Yeah, lots of different goals. So I try to start with a small goal and then progress, and then it isn't so daunting.
It seems we are overloaded with pounds, inches around your waist, body mass index, those kinds of numbers. How do you battle that?
The BMI. This is controversial, but the BMI I think is just almost a worthless. It doesn't take into account body mass, so muscle mass rather. So if you are athletic, your BMI is going, like me, I'm 6'2", about 250. So I would be in the obese category. So to me it's a misleading measurement tool to gauge. So I try to make sure about inches, waist size, that kind of thing. That's what I try to focus my clients on. So and it's usually a little bit better for them.
So can you spot reduce just your waist?
No, good question. That's an awesome question. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people come in and they say, I just want to work on this. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So
it doesn't?
Yeah, you could do 1,000 crunches. No, you could do 1,000 crunches, and of course, that's going to tone those muscles, but it's not going to reduce that body fat in that particular area. So you have to, how you reduce body fat, put lean muscle on. That lean muscle then metabolizes body fat for fuel. That's how you get the body fat to go away.
So I have to come in and lift barbells?
Not necessarily. Barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells, your own body weight. Lots of different ways to do it.
So how do you get creative with 14 clients in a day?
Well, you just trying to kind of go off that person's goals. If they're wanting to be more flexibility, have more flexibility rather, then you would maybe try to work a little bit of more explosive, a little bit more stretching. If they're going for sheer power, if they're trying to gain muscle mass, then you would probably stick with more compound exercises. Compound is an exercise that involves one or more muscle groups. So i.e. a bench press, a squat, a deadlift, those kind of things. If they're just going for general toning, then you might want to stick with kettlebell swings, that kind of thing. So more of a CrossFit-esque kind of thing.
I just like the treadmill. Is that enough?
No, it's not. No, this is another controversial statement, but I try to tell my clients, if you're going to skip something, skip cardio. Because you got that strength training. Like I said, the more muscle mass you have on your body. Now, I'm not talking Arnold Schwarzenegger muscle mass. I'm talking regular muscle mass, lean muscle tissue. The more muscle you have on your frame, it's going to metabolize that fuel for energy. Muscle is a very needy tissue, so it needs that body fat to sustain. So building that muscle in the gym, strength training is much more important to me. Like I said, cardio is a piece of the puzzle. To get that fat loss, you have to do cardio. Not going to discount it, but strength training is really, in my opinion, and a lot of people agree with me, the pinnacle of the top as far as the physical activity.
Okay, so now I'm afraid to lift weights. I need a personal trainer.
Okay, we can set that up for you.
Any other tips on how to get started and how to keep it going?
Well, that's a good question too. Definitely want to just get moving, get started. A lot of people think you have to get fit to get into the gym. It's preposterous. I try to fight that every day. You don't have to get fit to come here, especially at the YMCA. We have a lot of good fitness areas or fitness facilities in the area. All of them are pretty much the same. You don't have to get fit to walk through the doors. There's plenty of people. Everybody starts somewhere. Just go in and do it. Do something. Go on that treadmill for 15 minutes. Do that treadmill. Then maybe you can work up to doing some machines. Then you can work up to doing some free weights. And then maybe some yoga, take some classes. So make it fun. And then when it clicks in your head and you make it a lifestyle choice and you change your life, then you're on your way to getting where you want to be.
Well, now I'm inspired.
That's great. That's what we want to do. We want you to be excited about this. We want you to like doing it. If you loathe coming to the gym, if you just hate it, you're not going to stick with it. It's just not going to happen. So we try to get people excited about what we're doing. We try to get people excited about seeing those inches come off the waist, excited about seeing those numbers come up on your exercises, excited about seeing going from a half a mile on that treadmill or half a mile around the track to a mile to a quarter mile, to 3/4 of a mile. You keep going. That's what we want. We want that progression. And when you see that, hopefully you get as excited as we get. And then you make the change and you stick with it, and you're on your way to getting that best possible version of you.
Fantastic. Jason Ike, a personal trainer here at the Tuscarawas County YMCA here on Medical Minutes. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.